Just because once I stopped making adult films and ignored them for 26 years did not mean that they went away. Unbeknownst to myself, there were people who actually collected data about each and every film ever made. These compilers knew every single film which I appeared in, who my leading lady was, what sex we had in what scenes, etc. With the advent of the internet, all this information was available to anyone with access to a computer anywhere on the face of this planet. So my short-lived film career sits quietly and patiently, and waits to tell a story to anyone who inquires. Rather than be ashamed of them as I had for the last 26 years or so, I embraced them. No one twisted my arm to force me into doing porn. I went in with my eyes wide open and my penis fully erect. The films exist now as a bittersweet memory for me. I starred in 4 of them. Audiences at premieres that I attended back then actually stood up and applauded for me. Truly embarrassing, I assure you. And no, these audiences were not the stereotypical raincoat crowd. These were New York businessmen and a smattering of women. After all, it was the 80s, from all walks of life. In their eyes, there was no stigma attached to being a guy who fucked women on film. To them, I was a conquering hero. I had scaled the wall of women, mounted these adult film starlets for all to see. Hurrah! The bitter for me, though, is that these films represent my dream deferred. I wanted to be the handsome young male lead in the legitimate Hollywood industry. The 1980s films were from a time known as the golden age of porn. The producers sought to actually make a scripted work with a plot. For the most part, the scripts really sucked, and only served as a launching point for a guy and a woman to get buck naked and fuck. Sometimes, however, true acting was done, with memorable lines delivered and believable performances captured. I was one of the few men in porn who could actually deliver believable lines infused with emotion, although I cannot claim that any of the films I appeared in had any profound and lasting meaning behind them. Did my films inspire anyone? Maybe. Maybe they inspired a couple to go have sex. Maybe the woman became pregnant and offered a new life to the world. What could be a more loftier aspiration? Is not that what our Maker wanted us to do when he, she, it designed our bodies? The self-perpetuation instinct to keep this crazy species going? Consider the earth-shaking, all-encompassing orgasm, the built-in reward for doing your duty and making more humans. Maybe I made people laugh at the bizarre lines I improvised. I could only assume these things.